I was thinking about shame today and how I firmly believe that you can actually heal the shame inside of your system. And I know that that goes against a lot of what people say. And I'm not suggesting, of course, there's people out there who say shame's necessary, otherwise we would all be narcissists or something or other, or sociopaths or something. And of course, I'm not suggesting that we would have so little shame that we have no kind of conscience about what we do. But what I am saying is that there's a difference between I want to have values, and I do have values, and I have things that are important to me, and I want to live my life according to those. And in fact, the more self led I become, the more that becomes a default for me. And when I do something, I go, oh, I wish I hadn't done that. Okay, I'm going to make a correction. That kind of life and living. And I have values, and when I make a mistake, I feel so dreadful that I spiral down into worthlessness and then make my corrections from a place of guilt and shame. So for me, when I think about the fact that shame can absolutely be healed, in my opinion, it's partly because I have a lived experience of that. I have a lived experience of the loosening of that knot that used to be shame in all of my parts, actually. I think pretty much all parts carry some form of shame, protectors and exiles, whether it's a large amount of shame or a small amount of shame, that I think that they do carry some. And so as we heal, that just becomes less and less knotted and more an ability to decide, oh, I didn't like the result of that particular thing and I don't want to do that again. And I'm going to really think about what happened inside at that moment or outside of or the choices I made without feeling there's something about me that's wrong. So for anyone who is struggling with shame, I suppose my ultimate goal is one of my mentors said that something happened to them a while ago, and it was in a public space, and they checked with their parts to see if anyone was carrying shame. And I thought, wow, imagine coming to a place of healing where you have to check with your parts if they're carrying shame. So that's kind of like hashtag life goals. But I do think that there's something about, even when my parts do still hold shame, when they turn to me, when I invite them to be with me, there's a relaxation of that. So I firmly believe that shame can be healed to such a great extent that the worthlessness piece of it can kind of like dissolve is almost the word that I want to find or use for that. So as Dick Schwartz said to me once when we were at a retreat, when it gets tough, just keep going, right? When you're in the knottedness of it, then the place to focus on is knowing where you can get to and finding those people who've been before you.